They're greatest, actually. And with that, once again, after 2 long weeks, the Mega Powers are back in your life for another edition of On the Money Podcast, here live on the eve of Week 14 kickoff. The final week of the fantasy football season is
except for the Elite Eight.
Except for the Elite Eight. That's why it is elite, because it is its own brand, its own league, and we do things a little bit differently there. Nonetheless, the implications for fantasy and the implications for reality are getting realer by the second. We have a matchup that I know it's Thursday Night Football, but this one has potential to be fireworks. Lions versus Cowboys. We'll be discussing the implication for both sides on that and the entire Week 14 slate on top of some fantasy implications for some of the names that don't have X's, right? Not every position in the fantasy playoffs is filled yet. There's still a lot to play for in Week 14, and there's also a lot of big names that you will be without in Week 14, like Drake May, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Pedal to the metal, man.
You're leaving out other people, the Trayvon Hendersons of the world.
Yep.
The Kayshon Bouttys, who looks like he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, I know.
He's back.
Cat won me $35 yesterday on Monday night for that touchdown.
Great freaking plays. You've been on a little heater the last couple of days.
Yo, the
king of the end zone, king of the court. You were king of the ring. You're figuring it out.
The Anthony Edwards one was crazy because, all right, confession time.
Yeah.
I asked Grok what was the best plays
You did?
for king of the court.
Okay.
And it gave me a list of people. And it gave Brunson, it gave Maxey, there was 2 others, and then it
Maxey
gave
makes
me
sense.
Edwards. So I scrolled over to the right and seen why, and it said that he's been averaging like 40-something points against the team that he was playing. So I was like, all right, well, in basketball, they do a lot of historical things. Like the same thing. Oh, here we go. What the hell?
The background fireplace music that kicked in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The battery works. Free vibes.
I know what to do. I know what to do.
Heather puts that on. She puts that on at night. It'll be like a background with like snow. We stopped doing like a lot of the rain ones too loud because it'll make me want to use the bathroom. So like she switched it over to like snow and like fireplace and shit.
All right, so
But yeah,
like I was saying, in basketball, like a lot of trends stay the same in basketball.
you do.
You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just try Edwards out and let's see what happens. I took his, and it was 40.
Yeah.
And he ends up, luckily, they also did have overtime. There was a,
That was OT that helped you out.
that helped me out more.
Would he have covered it without overtime?
Nah,
No?
I think
Okay.
Maxey would have won.
Okay.
Maxey or Shy.
Yeah, they're the usual suspects. Maxey, Shy, Luka. Edwards is nice because if he hits it, it's a better bonus bet because his name isn't going to be as common as if like the entire betting world picks Luka.
Yeah.
And then you get yourself like a $20 bonus bet.
So I felt good on that one when I seen that today. So I got 2 separate bets, one for 50 and one for 58.
Right.
So I really got to take my time Sunday morning and really like, because at one point I thought about doing Pickens and Gibbs for tomorrow, and then I just got cold feet. I was like, I'm not ready.
Want to try out for tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, tomorrow.
And then you read the news today about Gibbs playing wide receiver tomorrow.
Yeah, because Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably not going to play.
Like,
they're not going to take the chance to
why
leave him out there.
Oh, that's great. But why are you going to move him to wide receiver? Like, that's dumb.
Because it's him, J-Mo, Isaac Tesla.
Tesla was balling.
And Kennedy, he was. That's why I went and got him in a couple spots because I think I'm going to be firing him up tomorrow in one league. But I like his upside. I'm going to start Tesla in East Coast League. My spot's already clinched. At this point, I'm just trying to get as many points as possible because I'm still playing for a potential bye in that league. So there's still something to play for. And the person I'm playing is playing to be able to get in, but they need help. I'm just going to.
Do you get a bye in that league?
Yeah. Top 2 seeds are getting a bye.
And you don't have it clinched yet?
I got a playoff spot, not a bye. There's 3 of us with an 8-4 record right now.
Okay.
Oh no, there's 3 of us with an 8-5 record right now. So out of that group, one of us is potentially going to get the first or second bye.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, I'm going to throw Tesla out there, and I got him in another spot. I've got him in True Legends, but I don't know if only the Steelers had Rivers.
Oh, they had Ben Roethlisberger.
Before they had George Pickens. Oh. Well, guess who they have? Adam Thielen. Get excited. Secret Weapon X. Adam Thielen. Got to see what the kid has.
Sample size.
You got to see what the kid has.
This is his last 5 games of his career.
You guys love old players. I will not be putting Adam Thielen in any of my starting lineups this week, regardless if I clinch the playoff spot or not. I also have Jameson Williams, who I'm excited to fire. Actually, there's a lot of players in tomorrow's game you can be excited about. The risky one is maybe Javonte Williams, because of the fact that Detroit has only allowed one running back to have, I think, over 15 or 16 fantasy points. But they've been really, really good against the run. But Dak Prescott, top 5 option. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens.
You're not benching them.
No, I mean, you're not benching Javonte regardless, but, you know.
The only thing a Titans fan could clench is their butt cheeks. Oh, they're coming at us today.
Well, you know, it's just like every Eagles fan watching every single down of every game so far. Try to do me a favor, Eagles fans. Keep your eggs in the fridge, and they'll be trying to throw them at your OC's house when he's calling a shitty game. All right, have a little class. At least I have class. We could be the worst team in the league, but I'm not going to go throwing eggs at people's houses over it, you know? We'll be bad for a while. We'll figure out what we're going to do with this first overall pick. Cam Ward versus Shador Sanders this weekend. You know what's crazy? The Browns have everything they need to beat us soundly, and they should. But
Yes,
also, there's that part of my fan base that it's like they almost want for Shador Sanders to upstage Cam just so they could be like, we told you this was the wrong pick. There's always that weird
At the end of the day, the Browns
base.
are the better team because they have a better defense.
Better defense, better offensive line, better weapons, better coach.
Yeah, I mean,
for right now, the Steelers suck. He was right. My bad, Oscar. Jeez.
Sure, I told
it's
you.
only fun when I make fun of you.
When we got onto this
Sean?
podcast back in August and we were doing our playoff predictions, I said this season's either going to be really, really good
What up, Rob?
or really, really bad.
Well, it started like this.
And the weather
there's the
turned.
cliff dive. And then this past week, they just got beat up. Rodgers was covered in blood. He looked cold.
And now, I don't know. You know what? I'm not saying
DK Metcalf stinks.
I'm not saying we lost the game because of that strip sack fumble, but I will say this. Wasn't that the definition of body weight on a quarterback? We've seen worse called this year. That was actually like he put all his weight on Aaron Rodgers, driving him into the ground. So bad, my man got bleeding from the nose.
Today?
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Or yesterday. Rod. Happy birthday, Rod. You know.
The most unenthusiastic
I didn't like you for the last 20-something years, and you're just making me hate you more.
Well, DK Metcalf isn't helping him.
Well, I think it's the scheme. I don't think it's the players.
It's
the scheme
offense they're running.
How is Jonnu Smith on the field all the damn time and Pat Freiermuth is not?
Is he the TE1? I thought it was Big
The
Darnell.
TE1's Jonnu. Because why? That's Arthur's boy.
Gets paid the most? Is that how it goes?
And the only time the offense looked good was when Aaron Rodgers looked like he was the one calling plays Sunday. That drive, and then we went to the 4th down, and let me put Jonnu in, who can't block for shit, on a 4th and 2, and let's run the ball. The entire drive, you went up the field with Aaron Rodgers' arm. Why are you not putting in his arm again on 4th and 2? It's coaching. The problem in Pittsburgh is the coaches. The archaic system of never throwing the ball over the middle of the field. The archaic system of this is what we do and this is how we're going to do it week in and week out. And teams just look at you like, okay, we're just going to run the ball right down your throat. And their answer to an adjustment was putting everybody on the side they were running, then leaving the other side open. Like
James Cook still couldn't get the anytime touch.
No, he couldn't.
Josh
Allen got you it.
Yeah, he did. He was the one of the ones I feel like that probably messed up a lot of people's slips. Not mine because I cashed out, but he was on the slip.
If you were never going to have a backup plan if you were never going to have another true wide receiver 2 come in, you should have never traded Pickens. You got a 3rd-round pick for him. Whip-de-doo. Guess what? You would have gotten a complimentary 3rd-round pick in next year's draft for him.
They did that without a plan at all. And now it's
No.
like they're overusing the tight ends to make up for the lack of wide receiver depth they have. And it's weird because the Steelers,
I'm over it.
Steelers usually always have wide receivers.
And I'm over this whole media thing. If I'm like Tomlin, I want to leave after the year.
Chris?
I'm good. Let's go. Bro, if this was any other coach in the NFL, we'd be asking why he hasn't been fired yet. Am I correct?
I think that
9 years and no playoff wins?
I think
you know who that reminds me of?
the tenure is what saves them.
You know who that reminds me of?
It's your organization.
Marvin Lewis.
You guys don't want to. It's good, like you said, the parting of the ways. What'd you say?
You have mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah, they're gonna word it a certain way out of respect. All the time that was put in, the sweet memories. Back in the day, regular season.
You got James Harrison coming out talking about, I never thought he was a great coach. I only thought he was a good coach.
Wow.
Yeah. He sends the scheme. He goes, you got players, but we keep running the same scheme we've been running since the 70s. Shit catches up to you. You got to evolve.
Oscar's here getting more silver somehow with the Steelers season. They started, what were you guys, like 6 and...
We're 4-1.
4-1, and then
now
you are not in first place in the North anymore. And the Ravens didn't even play good, and they are, by default, in first in the North. They got their ass beat by the 3rd place team in the North. And because of you guys, the 4th place team in the North, the Browns, are still alive for the division at 3-9. Oh, that's going to be a great race. They look more like the AFC South than the AFC South right now.
This has turned into the worst division.
Yeah, and
which is crazy.
We talked about how 3 teams would potentially make the cut from this division.
The Bengals are not eliminated.
They're not.
The Bengals have to win out. Here's the thing. I watched the guy's scenarios yesterday.
They still have a pulse.
Here's the thing. He said the Bengals, first and foremost, the Bengals can't lose another game for the rest of the year or they're done.
Yeah.
That's what he came out and said. So basically, they got to win out. Secondly, he said it's in the Bengals' best interest that it's the Steelers who lose to the Ravens twice. And then they got to beat the Ravens that one time.
While having a win over them already. I'm just happy most Giants fans finally feel the same way I do for once.
Your Steelers might have a pick higher than 20 for once.
And Monday night
they're going to pick high regard. Like, I know, like, Mikey's clowned me a lot about it. Like, the Steelers don't. The draft's in Pittsburgh this year. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to stand pat and stay in the 20s or the late. They're going to do something drastic, which is going to be, like, uncharacteristic of them because there's going to be a lot of change. And just say for irony's sake, Mike Tomlin doesn't leave and they don't fire him. I'm pretty sure Terrell Austin and Arthur Smith are not back next year. And I'm pretty sure the ownership and the GM are going to have a more hands-on approach to who these coordinators need to be. They're going to do what. You're asking for a lot of change in 1 year from a team that doesn't. They're going to do it. They have no choice. You got to do something. This isn't work. Yo, you had fans chanting "Fire Tomlin" this past Sunday. You had fans boo Renegade.
They were booing
The
Renegade.
fans booed Renegade.
Nobody wants to hear that shit when you're losing to Buffalo. You already know you guys are like, why would you play that?
They booed Renegade,
bro. That's like the Phillies doing the Durantula entrance for him to come into a game where he can't get the save or close because they're losing, just to try to get the cheap pop.
Yeah,
it's WWE style,
bro.
Let's bring back Nikki
booed
Bella.
Renegade.
That's awesome.
And that the local beat writers, when they heard that, were looking at each other like, yo, this is really that. The one beat writer came out and said, if the ownership doesn't notice this now, then I don't know what the hell they're paying attention to. He goes, your fans are finally tired of mediocrity.
Yeah, especially when you start out 4-1, give them that hope, and all of a sudden,
bro, it was on a silver platter.
Yeah,
all you honestly had to do was win 4 more games.
Like Boone said, it's all right in front of us. That's one of his favorite lines in the playoffs.
And yet again, the same shit's going on. Well, if they win, if they win 4 of their next 5, they can still win the division. You really think this team's winning 4 of their next 5? You think they're beating Baltimore? They're splitting with Baltimore?
Winner of this division.
They could probably beat Miami. They could probably beat Cleveland. They're not. Maybe they could beat Detroit, because I don't know who the hell Detroit is anymore.
They are 3rd place in the North.
They're a bad team. They're another bad team with high hopes.
They are currently not even in control of their own destiny. They have to keep winning.
If you want me to believe in you again, you have to win Sunday.
Ravens, Steelers.
And the only reason I'm going to be rooting for the Steelers to win regardless is A, I'm a fan. B, I hate the Ravens.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
right?
I'm never gonna
like
cheer on. Like, yeah, I want my team to lose out, because it's true. I feel like that's the change that needs to be done.
Oof.
I would not be mad if this team finishes 7-10, 8-9. I'm not. I'm over. Something different has to happen.
The Chiefs beat
However,
the Texans with
I don't want to lose to the Ravens.
And generally be shocked. Well, yeah, there's still a lot on the line in that game, even though you're both playing kind of.
And the Texans have no choice. Like, you're getting a Texans team too. Now we flip the script to go to this Texans Chiefs game. You're getting a Texans team, that's still in it,
fresh off
for the first place
against the Colts,
because they're all 8-4. Jacksonville owns the tiebreakers right now.
And Jacksonville plays Indy, so it's all coming together now. Texans need that one as bad as the Chiefs do. Chiefs needed a little bit more, but when you think about the 3-team race to the top of the AFC South, the Texans can't afford to fall behind. With the big win that they just got from an Indianapolis team that is clearly coming back.
And
down
the Chiefs, like, yo, I know everybody wants to make fun of the Steelers, but like, bro, the Chiefs, they look done. As long as they got Pat Mahomes, they got a pulse.
Yeah.
However, you got aging players on the defense side, and you got an aging tight end on the offense side.
Well, Chris and I were talking about it the other night when I got.
It's been a hell of a run, bro. You're talking 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You had 7 great years with 3 Super Bowl championships.
Things have gotten stale.
Even the New England Patriots, when they won their 3 out of 4, they went through that drought not winning a championship for 10 years. It happens. It's NFL. You can't expect to win a championship every single year. This ain't the baseball of the 90s where you always expected the Yankees.
And when you're talking about the AFC West, another division that we
talked about, 3 that's
teams
getting
that we
impressive
said could make the cut for the playoffs, but we don't know for sure how that's going to go down now because of all the face-to-faces that still have to go down within that division. The Chiefs still have a Chargers game
with the Broncos,
and a Broncos game.
How do I take the Broncos, dude?
They keep winning games. People can hate on it, but at the end of the day, if they were losing some of those games, they'd be getting criticism too. Sometimes we get bored with.
I can see Buffalo in the first round going in there and beating them.
Are you sure the way Buffalo looks? There's not.
They look pretty immaculate last week.
There's not many teams that I would be picking Buffalo to beat in the playoffs right now, besides whoever comes out of your division, to be honest. Like, Buffalo, to me, don't look – just because they beat you guys, no offense, Oscar, that don't really tell me much about who the Buffalo Bills are this year. They are without a wide receiver, just like y'all. Like, they are searching for playmakers on that field.
Bro, it's like
And they
once
ain't
that
there.
fumble happened Sunday, like the air deflated in that stadium and Buffalo just took over.
You guys can't afford to make
Which
a
is
single
crazy.
mistake. You guys
Because in the
can't
first
afford to
half,
make a single mistake.
They handled them.
Well, they've been overdone the last 3 weeks. Well, Chris is keeping the hope alive. The Chiefs have a lot of big games, but all their big games are going to be in Kansas City.
Yo,
They're hosting the Chargers.
The Lions are
the
dead.
Broncos.
The window is done. F them. Yeah,
Well,
but y'all are just as inconsistent too. So
yeah, but they swept the Lions. They had that over them.
Kudos to them.
You know what I mean?
Did.
Like they have right now. The Packers have the Lions spot. And
if I were the Packers and I won the division, I'd be afraid if the Panthers came to town.
I mean, there's a chance that the Packers sweep the Bears. This is going to really be like,
yeah.
We saw the Bears passed another test this past week.
You know how we always talk about beating the bully? Well, if the Bears beat the bully and the Packers, like,
yeah,
you're pretty much going to win that division.
And they play them twice in 3 weeks. Like, this is
you got to split.
This is for the North.
Got to split
because whoever wins, this still hurts Detroit. Somebody in your division gains a win, you know what I mean? They jump ahead of the other team that's better than you, and they jump ahead of you. So for the Lions, tomorrow night is everything. If the Lions lose tomorrow, they only have a 12% chance to make the playoffs. If they win tomorrow, they have a 45% chance to make the playoffs.
Still not even 50.
No, because they still have division games that they have to play. They still have a Thursday nighter coming tomorrow, where I feel like is a must win. Whoever comes out of Thursday night football
right now, Dallas is
better
hot.
off. They are.
Dallas just beat the 2 Super Bowl teams from the previous year in a matter of 5 days.
A win against Philly, a win against Kansas
and they
City.
were down in both games. One game they were down 21-0. The other one they were down 14-7.
It's not as easy to run the ball against them anymore. You know,
the addition of Quinn and Williams was big. Logan that they got from the Bengals, he looks like a different player than what he was with the Bengals.
And the tragedy of their teammate and everything that happened with
that
really
also
lit
made
a fire
yeah.
under this football. Like they had a reason to come together. They have a purpose now. They didn't have a direction.
Brian Schottenheimer doesn't look that bad of a coach right now. Where we were like, really, is this what you want?
But it looked really rough at first.
Yeah,
the tail of the tape from the first half of the season to where they are now, where they're literally one game out of the division now. After all that,
yeah,
they're one game out of the East.
Yes, they are.
So it means the world.
And
they
got better, bro. They did get better. The trade deadline helped them. Helped them.
It did.
And offensively, bro, if they don't have injury, that's a hell of an offense.
The Cowboys feel like the better team than the Detroit Lions.
They do.
Now. Detroit's not.
Yes, they do.
They don't. That ain't it. You can't win the NFC if you don't make it into the playoffs, guys. We had the conversation on here. I know for the most part, this is a pro Detroit Lions podcast, but I have not been impressed by anything that they've been doing.
They've not been good this year.
And I think that, what they miss most is that guy that was over there in Chicago taking off his shirt, going crazy in the locker room, rallying the troops because
the ass whooping they gave the Eagles on Friday.
The Chicago Bears have been waiting.
It really
years.
was Black Friday in Philly.
They had 200.
They wore their all-black unis and just got trounced.
They wanted no parts of them.
Both running backs had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
And a touchdown apiece.
Yeah. The tight ends were eating. Philly offense couldn't string anything together. For a big portion of the year, the defense was bailing out the offense, but the defense caved and the offense could not bail out the defense.
You're right.
At all.
You're not wrong.
You want to talk about the boos in Pittsburgh? There was boos in Philly right after that first drive,
which is crazy. Like y'all just want a championship.
They don't care. They're done with the product. A loss to the Cowboys.
What are you going to do? Fire Patullo after the year and give Jalen Hurts another offensive coordinator?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. What else are they going to do?
Maybe Jalen Hurts ain't all that good.
Maybe it was Kellen Moore. Maybe it was Kellen Moore. Maybe it was more to it. When you want to talk about how good he's been. Going into that game, he only had one interception, but you couldn't tell by the way he played.
Kellen Moore has done a lot with little in New Orleans. Yeah, they've only got 2 wins, but
literally a lot.
When you watch them, there's nothing there. He was getting competent ball out of Spencer Rattler and now Tyler Shuck,
who's terrible.
And Shuck didn't look too bad when he was coming back on Sunday. If Olave grabs that, if Olave doesn't drop that, because that was a perfectly placed ball by Shuck.
Touchdown. I was upset by that one. That would have been 2 touchdowns for Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best part about Shuck and Rattler is the fact that they target Olave like 15 times a game.
So and Juwan Johnson.
You just play the averages with that player. Like it don't matter. Like
that's why Juwan Johnson's in my lineup in DOA.
He's gonna get like
because I know he's gonna get like 4 catches, like 40 yards, and in DOA, that's almost like 16 because of
without a touchdown.
Yep,
that's like 16 points. And then if they get in the end zone, you're
looking good.
You're looking solid. Like so, as far as the ball distribution in New Orleans. Don't stop that. That's great. But a part of that is the fact that they cannot rely on their run game the ball like they used to.
Kamara should retire.
Their run game is nowhere near. I don't even know if he's coming back this week. We might see another dose of Devin Neal, which,
did that impress you?
Wasn't.
How many people wasted fat money on him?
There's a lot of waiver wire darlings that they're only darlings until the whistle blows, and you see for yourself. It's like, and this week it's looking like it's AD Mitchell. Is one of those names. Hell, Isaac Tesla tomorrow.
Mitchell is a baller, bro. I know he has a case of the dropsies, but he was trapped behind a magnificent wide receiver room in the Colts. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, like Tyler Warren. He was all the way at that like
run heavy offense.
Yeah, you think about that.
Run heavy offense.
Here he's getting targets and he's finally getting playing opportunity.
A quarterback that likes to run. Like there was definitely a lot in the way as far as the depth chart and the opportunity.
And we already know Tyrod Taylor's not afraid to sling it.
He's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's like
he's got nothing to lose.
I'll be signed again next year to another backup.
The way Tyrod Taylor is more capable than a JJ McCarthy. The way this league is set up right now, Tyrod Taylor is going to find himself another job next year.
JJ McCarthy has ruined Jordan Addison's value, and I have no choice.
Justin Jefferson. Screw Addison. I'm sorry, but Justin Jefferson, a top 5 dead or alive pick, top 2 wide receiver. Remember that? Kayshon Boutte is out producing Justin Jefferson.
That's gross.
Yeah, you like that? The guy that's been missing for weeks.
That's gross.
The game that J-Mo had this past week, I don't remember a single game of Justin Jefferson having like that this year. Which is
Carson Wentz was his quarterback.
That was peak Justin Jefferson in 2025.
McCarthy's terrible. I don't know how they run it back with him next year.
And look at Seattle with Sam Darnold. If you guys just kept Sam Darnold,
they should have kept Sam Darnold. They messed up.
You guys would be in contention.
I think they realized they messed up.
And that would be tough for Detroit because then that would be another competitive team in your own division where it's just like, where would Detroit be if Sam Darnold stays in Minnesota? Would Minnesota still be a contending team? I think there's a good shot.
Yeah.
I think they'd be competing, winning more games. Hell, with McCarthy, they have a win over Detroit.
Oh,
it's bad.
I was in Pittsburgh for that. I'm looking at my phone and going, what is going on?
It's bad, dude. It's bad. There's going to be teams that need quarterbacks, and you've got guys like Tyrod Taylor and Marcus Mariota this year and Joe Flacco for a little bit. They're going out there, they're proving their worth, and they're going to get themselves a deal somewhere because teams need a quarterback that they
unless
can
Joe retires,
which he could. Carson Wentz got the opportunity as well. I feel like I said to you, I don't know how real the original injury for McCarthy was. I think that was more Minnesota just not wanting to play him. I mean, the guy that they started this week, I've never even heard of.
Me either.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't watch any of his college.
He threw a disgusting 83-yard pick six against the Seattle.
And there's no real quarterback like free agent class.
Free agent wise,
maybe Justin Fields. Ugh. But Fields can't.
Mac Jones. Oh no, Mac Jones is there for another year.
Yeah,
in San Francisco. So
he would have to be a trade candidate.
Yeah, Mac Jones would. I think they keep Mac.
I would say Trey Lance, but we don't know if he's going to play this week.
Well, Justin Herbert didn't practice today.
I wouldn't play him,
and that's a Monday nighter.
I would not play Justin Herbert. Like you're playing for something bigger, and it sounds like he has the same injury as Rodgers has, pretty much. But he got surgery for his.
You still got a game against Denver and a game against
Kansas Trey Lance didn't look bad on Sunday. I mean, it is the Raiders.
You know what you're getting, though. The Chargers have not looked great the last couple weeks.
I've always said that the Trey Lance situation reminds me of what if he comes in and plays good. It's like Colin Kaepernick all over again. Because
except I think head coach Harbaugh loves Justin Herbert.
Yes, he does.
He loves Herbert.
But it would help out if Trey Lance was to come in and say Herbert's out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. He comes in, he balls out, he keeps the Chargers afloat, keeps them in the playoff mix, and he looks well doing it. Like he's throwing for 250 a game and running for another 50, and he's throwing a touchdown and running for a touchdown. That could help the Chargers in the offseason from saying, hey, 4th round pick gets some, a 3rd round pick gets some.
You saying Trey Lance to Pittsburgh next year?
Well, not Trey Lance to Pittsburgh. We all know who I want. I just need him to declare.
There's a chance.
That's all I need him to do is declare.
Well, a lot of these kids are probably going to
next year's quarterback's going to be Kyler Murray.
Oh.
And Mike Tomlin's the coach next year still. The quarterback is going to be Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence.
Imagine him with no weapons. He does nothing with the weapons he has.
He can't see over the middle.
That's crazy. Look at Marvin Harrison's value skyrocketed because of Jacoby Brissett. What Jacoby Brissett was able to do. That's another thing with him. Like, how does do the Cardinals like give him a deal? And it's like he's either starting
Jacoby's
quarterback.
Not as young as he used to be, though.
He's not a spring chicken, but he's moving the ball. Something the Cardinals weren't able to do prior.
Now the Cardinals are probably going to be in the market for drafting a quarterback. Again, hurting the Pittsburgh Steelers, who we know need to draft a quarterback.
A lot of teams. Vikings need a quarterback. Steelers need a quarterback. You know, there's a lot of teams that are going to be potentially in the way. If you didn't lock yours down by now, you know, it ain't happening. Shador is getting his opportunity right now with Cleveland. You know, like the Jets need a quarterback still to this day. Doesn't like they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
They have not figured that out. They don't have. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Deshaun Watson's practicing this week.
Deshaun Watson's back at practice. Browns fans are crashing out. They're done with Jerry Jeudy. They hate him. They want him out of there.
Because he yelled at.
They got mad that
Shador.
He yelled at Shador Sanders.
I would, if I'm a receiver, I'm yelling at any quarterback. Like, bitch, get me the ball.
I shared the video that of Browns. It was like a Browns podcast, and they're talking about how since day one, Jerry Jeudy's been nothing but a cancer in the locker room. That he, in his mind, feels like he's on the same tier as a Justin Jefferson, and he's not. He's nowhere close. Who is he to be yelling at Shador Sanders? What's he ever done in this league? It's funny.
He had a fantastic year last year with Jameis Winston.
Well, I mean, J-Mo. He can get the
That's who the Pittsburgh Steelers should have went after.
He can get
this
the ball
past
down
off
the field.
season.
Gets you
a younger guy who could move a little bit and isn't afraid to throw the football. But I'm sorry. Turnovers are bad, so we're not going to do that.
The scheme that they run is afraid to throw the football, it feels like. You know?
I'm afraid to watch them.
And DK Metcalf gets no separation. Like Aaron Rodgers is trying to get the ball to the wide receiver one.
It's like they already all checked out. Like you can see, like they have. I feel like he's losing the locker room.
It's a bad time to check out with 2 matchups against Baltimore coming for literally the division on the line still, even after this week's game. It'll just be a 1-game difference between the two.
Lamar doesn't look good lately.
He's not healthy.
He swears he's healthy, but
he's not healthy. And they just they can't string it together.
Like that one fumble he did on Thursday night was crazy.
I mean, they did call 2 touchdowns back from them, right? So there was a lot of
one I know about.
There was a lot of there was a 50-yard play
that offensive pass interference. Yep. That would have been Zay Flowers. I hate to bring that back up for you.
0.6. I have him in 2 leagues. I won
Isaiah
one,
Likely
I lost the other.
Did a touchback in the end zone on the other 45-yard run.
And today, Isaiah Likely's stock just plummeted because
he's a free agent at the end of the year, and he pretty much sources came out that when the announcement came and they went to him and told him, he's like, I'm leaving. Like he's out.
Like he never got a shot. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All these years later, like we were pro.
Isaiah Likely's going to wind up in Kansas City after Travis Kelce retires and ball out. If I'm the Chiefs, 5. I would immediately sign him.
He'll be a top 5. Miami, a team like the Dolphins. I could see Likely being in Miami.
If I'm him, he needs to go to a team that likes to involve the tight end.
Chiefs definitely. I mean, a big point. Look at what they've done with Noah Gray.
Like, don't go to the Bengals because Bird's just gonna throw to Higgins and Chase. The only times the tight ends get a pass is when one of those guys are out.
I can see the scenario Mikey was talking about where maybe they gave him the money so that they could, trade him. And Cincinnati is actually a destination I could
There's
see Mark
Baltimore
Andrews
fans
playing.
that aren't happy about it.
It was a random thing to do out of nowhere today.
There's Baltimore fans, when you read the Twitter comments, are like, why? We have Likely. He's younger. Why not give him the burn?
They kind of feel...
Then the one dude goes, I know we're not going to just look at the freaking touchback and be like, oh, this is why we can't trust him. When the guy goes, last year Andrews drops the game-tying touchdown for us to continue the game.
I mean, they're pissed off about losing to Cincinnati the way that they did this past week.
Beat the bricks.
That was supposed to be the game where Baltimore really takes a firm grip on the division. Yeah, they're in first place, but there's no firm grip on this division by any team involved because the Browns still have a shot to win it. There was no separation gained at any point in time during the season, no matter where these four teams were.
Yep. So
the Bengals beating the Ravens is 2 wins and 1.
I was excited about that just to be sad on Sunday. I'm as I'm thinking to myself, I said, I hope the Steelers are paying attention. They just did you a favor. Go out there and beat this Buffalo team that, yeah, they're good, but they're not what they've been. You had a golden opportunity to win and put yourself a game in front of them, even if you were to lose to them this weekend.
5-8 in fantasy now, but still ranked last, but 2 more wins than the Jets. There you go. Silver linings. I think that whoever loses the game between y'all is going to have to win out. Or something.
If Pittsburgh wins, they said they got a 75% chance of winning the division.
That's more of a chance than the Lions have.
If they lose, it's only a 35% chance to win the division.
I don't think Detroit has a chance to win a division at this point.
Nah.
With the fact that the Packers and Bears play twice.
They got swept, bro.
They are out of that conversation.
Yeah. And they need a lot to happen to get into the wild card.
Winning tomorrow doesn't guarantee anything for them.
Let me pull that up real quick.
Winning tomorrow does not guarantee anything for them. The way that they're playing 1 week on, 1 week off. I love them for fantasy purposes tomorrow, but it's not a for sure thing that they go out there and beat Dallas.
No, you're right. I'm not. You were right, bro. You were right about
weird.
This team.
It's really, really weird.
Me and Mikey were really bullish.
They haven't really had since we had that conversation, they haven't done anything. Since we had that conversation, they have proceeded to lose to Green Bay again. They got a win over the Bears that they can feel good about, but a loss to the Birds, which was an ugly one where they went for a 4th down 5 times instead of just taking the points. It's all on them if they don't make it happen. That'll be the biggest. What's the word I'm looking for?
All right. So right now in the NFC, the 1 seed is the Bears. 2 seed is the Rams because, the Rams got that upset by the Panthers who just don't want to die.
Oof, Paul. Eagles going to lose the division, and if they somehow don't, it's a first-round exit. Man, everybody is just...
The Eagles slipped all the way to the 3rd seed.
Yeah.
The Bucks are the 4th seed. And your 5th, 6th, and 7th seed is the 9-3 Seahawks, the 8-3-1 Packers, and the 8-4 49ers.
Yep, and Detroit is not even in the picture
right now. The 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds outside looking in are the Lions at 7-5, the Cowboys at 6-5-1, and the Panthers at 7-6. The Panthers' best bet to make the playoffs is to win the division.
They're dangerous. They are dangerous. The Rams were having a hard time against that Carolina team, bro. I said that the Carolina was going to keep it close. I had no idea they were going to go out there and actually win that thing. That was...
So the Cowboys' playoff probability. If they lose, they only got a 9% chance to get to the playoffs. Currently at a 21% chance. If they win, it goes to a 39% chance. The Lions, right now, is 42% chance they can make the playoffs. If they lose, it's a 20% chance to make the playoffs.
I was 12 before.
Well, I think that's the division or whatever. And if they win, it's a 55% chance to.
So this game tomorrow doesn't guarantee shit for either team. They just know they can't afford to lose.
Yeah, because the 49ers, I mean, they got an easy schedule the rest of the way. So
Cowboys are just closer to the top of their division than Detroit is right now. There's less in the Cowboys' way to taking over the East.
If the Eagles lose Sunday night to the Chargers, Sunday or Monday, they'll be 8-5. If the Cowboys win, they'll be 7-5-1 and 1 game out.
Detroit ran the score up on Dallas last year with a hurt team. This game is personal for Dallas. Cowboys might win out. I hate to say it, but I got a feeling they win out. I mean, I know it sucks because, you as an Eagles fan, you grow up hating a fan base and a team, but like in this time of year, you can see momentum and like whether it's positive momentum or negative momentum. And right now, Dallas has that positive momentum that they're riding with. And that right now, this time of year can take you pretty far, especially on weeks where you're getting matched up with a team that is clearly trying to, figure it out. And they do not have it figured out at the moment. So, I mean, it's not the craziest thing in the world. Now, here we are. My pick for Dallas to win the East is still alive, Oscar. Yeah. It sat back up. Like the Undertaker.
So, Dallas's remaining schedule after Detroit is the Vikings. They should beat them. The Chargers, you don't know if Justin Herbert's playing. If Justin Herbert's not playing, I could see Dallas winning that game. At the Commanders, at the Giants. They should easily win 3 of their next 4 after the Lions. So if they win the Lions game, they should win 4 of their last 5.
That's crazy because it sounds like Chargers play nothing but contenders to end the year. So, like, they're going to need Justin Herbert there. So, do they sit him for a game and then rush him back? Is he going to be ready to play 2 weeks from now?
What's Dallas's record? 6-5-1?
Like, is sitting him out on Monday night going to be enough?
Dallas has a chance of finishing 10-6-1. Quite honestly. All they would need is the Eagles to lose 3 more times. But I think Philly's schedule is pretty...
If Trey Lance starts on Monday, the Eagles are not going to lose that game. The Eagles are going to make life hell for the Chargers, who are down offensive linemen. Trey Lance...
However...
I mean, they're not going to be able to throw the ball.
The Eagles' schedule for the remainder of the year, it's the Chargers, Raiders, Commanders... Bills, Commanders.
Eagles have allowed over 500 yards of offense in the last 2 weeks, but with Herbert not being on, hell,
and
Herbert,
the game
Herbert
against the
can
Bills
be there. Like
Herbert, that shit's in Buffalo.
Herbert can start Monday, and the Chargers still lose that game just because of all the contributing factors that go into that Monday nighter. With the Philly coming off of a loss, wanting to make a statement, going up against a battered Herbert and an offensive line, where it's like, how are they gonna like? With the Chargers, it's been rough for the last couple of weeks. And we're talking about the Chargers still have a game against Philly. They have a game against Dallas. They have a game against Kansas City, a game against Denver.
It's getting
like
rough.
They cannot afford to have Justin Herbert miss too much time. If they need him. They can't do this with Trey Lance.
I agree.
They can't. They don't. It feels like they don't have an easy game left on their schedule by the sound of it. I've got the Eagles going 2-3 these last 5 games. I personally hate the non-native Dallas fans more than the team. Honestly, I like their logo and gear, but the fans make me sick. NFC is super deep this year. A couple of 10 or 11 win teams might not get in. Yeah, I mean, we know that for the NFC South, you're going to have to win the NFC South to get in. Right now, the way it's looking, 10 wins takes the NFC East. We're going to see multiple teams come out of the NFC North, and we're going to see multiple teams who currently own 3 playoff spots within the NFC West with the Rams and the Seahawks and the 49ers. And the Rams and the Seahawks still have another matchup, which I believe is week 16. So that's going to be an interesting game. The Rams still have a game against Detroit. The Rams still have a game against Seattle. So, like, Detroit still has to deal with a lot of contenders. Like they're dealing with a lot of these top NFC teams, and they could potentially be the team that stays on the outside looking in because I just don't know. Even if they win tomorrow, like nothing's guaranteed for them.
Oh, so 2 hours ago, Herbert said he had a plate and screws inserted to stabilize his left hand, and says he is planning to play Monday regardless.
Ugh. Well, I'm nervous. I am nervous. As a Justin Herbert dynasty owner, I've got Tyrod Taylor sitting there. And I may not want to wait
He also
until
said
Monday night. I may want to fire him up on Sunday against the Miami Dolphins.
He reiterated he's day-to-day, and that it all depends on the swelling of his hand.
They got to be careful how they treat the situation, man. But it's just they got a grueling schedule. You know, how long can you afford to actually sit Herbert? And he's going to take more of a beating because that offensive line is not okay. So, you know, if you want to close the window on the Chiefs, you can, but there is still a little glimmer of hope there where if they can get that win against LA in Kansas City, you know, you never know. Oscar, is this Tomlin's last year?
It should be.
No, see, I believe it when it happens. I don't believe it when it happens. Yes, it is.
I said it should be.
I would have expected Carolina to be a little bit higher up the pecking order after the big win this past week, but like Carolina's still waiting for a lot of other stuff to pan out on the NFC side. Like they're sitting under Detroit, they're sitting under Dallas. They're, you know, right now they really can't afford to lose themselves.
Darius Slay got claimed by the Bills off of waivers. That's awesome. They picked up the rest of his salary. All right.
They need something. They need bodies out there.
What's he gonna do? He's cooked.
Yeah, but so is the rest of their defense. What does it matter? You got to do something.
He's cooked.
Even if the change doesn't actually impact anything, at least it's something that you can bring in there just to make, you know.
So we're just making change, dog? Is that what we're doing now, dog?
That seat is hot. The seat is hot. Shit ain't all good with Buffalo. I'm pretty sure Buffalo fans are tired of the same song and dance just like you are. What do they got to show for themselves the last couple of years? Good regular seasons, MVP awards, early playoff exits. Don't matter. You know? Like the Chiefs could potentially miss the playoffs, and that doesn't mean anything for Buffalo as far as being able to get out of the AFC. Buffalo and Detroit cannot get out of their conferences. You can't do it. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be a bigger bully than them, no matter how good they feel like they are, no matter who they push around.
NFL rumors.
Buffalo being a wild card this
Russell
year. It is
Wilson
crazy.
Still wants to start.
It's very crazy. And not for nothing, bro. They don't really match up well with Cincinnati. Like Cincinnati usually beats these guys. The last few times that I remember the Bengals with Burrow going toe-to-toe with the Bills from Buffalo, like Cincinnati gets the better of them. And then Cincinnati right now is coming off of a big win over Baltimore, and they feel like the hotter team, which is crazy because right after this matchup between Buffalo and Cincinnati, which is huge for both of them since neither one is in control of their division, Buffalo has to go right up and face New England week 15.
Buffalo's what, 8-4?
Yeah. New England's up 2 games on them, dog.
New England's back.
New England's up 2 games on them.
New England's back before the Steelers can get their shit right. That makes no sense. Oh, that's right, because New England parted ways with the Super Bowl winning coach and took a chance.
Yeah, they did what they had to do.
They sucked for a year. They got their guy for the next 10 to 12 years. Yeah. And they got a hell of a head coach.
They made changes. They feel different. You know, the Patriots are baby faces right now. Who would have thought?
But hey, like, you know, if you fire Mike Tomlin, who are you going to get to replace him? He'll have a job in 5 minutes. If that's your argument, you already lost.
Yeah.
Like I say, Matt Nagy, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, no. I've seen what he did in Chicago.
I mean, a lot of the head coaching candidates are the same guys. We just got to match them to the right team. That's what this offseason is going to be. If we're talking about, you know.
Now, I will say this: there ain't really nobody good out there, except for I like the Rams defensive coordinator. I like the Chargers defensive coordinator, but I don't want another defensive minded guy. I want someone offensively.
Because you get a defensive guy, that ball ain't going down.
I want a Ben Johnson, bro.
Don't we all? Look what he's doing right now. With a guy that a lot of people still think Caleb
Or
Williams
if you
sucks.
get me a defensive coach, I would hire Brian Daboll as my OC.
He'll get a job next year. Not a head coaching job, but probably
He's going to be the OC.
He needs to repair the damage by getting an OC position again and work your way back up after everything that happened. Like, for sure. I could definitely see him calling offense.
I'm not trying to turn this into the Pittsburgh Steelers podcast, but I just don't know how you can run it back with all these coaches, including Arthur Smith.
Division is anemic. Yeah, it might not even take 10 wins to win the North. Maybe 9.
I mean, anybody can call a great play action game if your running back's Derrick Henry.
It's not that easy. But we at that time we did have wide receivers that could actually get separation. Right now, like no wide receiver on the Pittsburgh Steelers can get separation from the corner. So there
was a guy that crashed out all the time.
He's in Dallas right now, about to get paid.
That's crazy. Dallas is about to pay him
bucks.
Both of them are going to get paid like $35 million. Like, this is the T. Higgins situation all over again.
Yeah,
that it could come back later on to bite you in the ass.
It usually always does for them. But right now, they're riding the wave of momentum that they've built for themselves. Because if they lose to the Eagles last week, we're not having this same conversation with this Dallas Cowboys team.
No.
Nothing would matter. This week on Thursday Night Football wouldn't matter as much. We will be talking about how this is the get-right game for Detroit to just finally get their shit together because Dallas is pretty much cooked. Like, they have a pulse, and they are surging.
Dak did what he wanted against the Eagles in the second half of that game, and he did what he wanted against the Chiefs.
It's also not all on the coaches. Some cases, faults can be on the owners. You know that.
Owner's complacent.
I know that. He knows that. All of us with our bad ownership.
Art Rooney II is nothing like his father, Dan Rooney.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Dan.
Amy Adams is nothing like Bud Adams.
Because Dan Rooney, this was his life. The Steelers were his life from the time he was in like his teenage years. And then when his dad passed away and he took over, he ran this team the same way.
Let Pickens go. I think that it's kind of the same as the Minnesota situation with Sam Darnold. Like, they don't have that piece anymore, or the Lions without Ben Johnson. Like, a lot of separations happened last year where we're seeing the effects.
A lot of craziness happened. And a lot of our issues has been a butterfly effect because they traded Deontay Johnson, who didn't need to go. And look, Deontay Johnson's not even in the league anymore.
He's not even a thing.
They had a deal made for Brandon Ayuk. They were sending a second and a third round pick, or a second and a compensatory pick. The deal was done. Kyle Shanahan ran up to his office and hurried up and kiboshed it and said, "Oh, he wants to stay, but now he wants out." So like that, like it's all been a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
Maybe this season they'll take the wide receiver 2 position serious. Maybe this season they'll take the quarterback position serious.
You want a whole lot of change all at once for a team that don't make too many changes too fast at all.
They got no choice.
I got to see it to believe it, man.
This team has no choice. They have to do something different.
It's the whole thing from last year with Russ all over again. It's just a stale
product.
They
let Packer fans run up in that stadium and take it over, and they let Bills fans come up in that stadium and take it over. When does that shit end, bro? I've been a Steeler fan my whole life, even during that 3-year stretch where Coward went 7-9, 6-10, and 9-7. That team never ever.
Well, bro, there's a lot of disgruntled fan bases. It's not just you guys. You know, the Eagles fans walked out of that game in the fourth quarter. They walked smooth out.
No, don't start. You guys were all clowning me all the time when he would act crazy last year and the year prior.
Best player on the Steelers is Washington. I mean, he's the most consistent pass catcher.
Y'all were sending me. Y'all were tagging me. Y'all were tagging me for the last 2 years in every TikTok video. This guy crashing out. And now all of a sudden, it was never him to begin with.
Well, now you just don't have a better option than him. He's the best wide receiver that you've had in a couple of years. We didn't know that at the moment. We thought DK Metcalf was the better wide receiver. I'm not even a pro Metcalf guy, but like he's supposed to be better. He's supposed to be better. But he pulled these disappearing acts in Seattle, bro. And let's not act like DK Metcalf isn't a crash out himself. He's crashed out plenty of times. Yeah. What are you doing, bro?
I saw that one.
What are you doing? Like what the hell is that?
So please, guys, don't start this shit with the George Pickens. Y'all were tagging me the videos and like, yo.
But the point is,
we're throwing a Hail Mary at the end of the Cleveland Browns game, and he's fighting the DB and a fan in the stands. So please, don't cut. Or the Dallas game where he took the quarterback that's no longer on Dallas and just grabbed him by the face mask and threw him to the ground.
The point is, your offense could use a George Pickens right now.
They could.
And I believe that Chris's question.
He's not a wide receiver one.
I think that he has a better skill set of finding separation from corners than DK Metcalf does, because we've seen him be able to do it. Now, yes, the Cowboys are a different caliber offense because they actually play modernized offense and get the ball down the field.
And I can go back and I can show you guys clips of this guy not even blocking, not even running his route, because the ball wasn't coming his way.
Pickens wasn't the issue. Oh, so, it was the Steelers.
Just like A.J. Brown's not the issue.
Hey, he had a big game this week.
That's all that matters to him.
He lost.
That's all that matters to him. You think he gives a shit about winning?
I think he does. I think he cares about winning. I think there's a lot to unpack with that team and a lot to unravel that's going to come out in a couple of years.
So I don't want to hear shit about Pickens and crashing out when y'all were the same cats tagging me in that shit all year.
Did you not see what he did without CD? He was putting up numbers.
I got this.
That was
I want to see when he gets paid how he acts still.
He's not the issue. I mean, Oscar, you've admitted the OC issue has been prevalent in Pittsburgh for a long time.
Like I said, I want Pickens to get paid, and I want to still see if he still behaves.
Well, he's part of a better offense right now, no matter what.
Yeah.
He's part of a better offense, and they are showcasing him the way he should be showcased. Maybe Pittsburgh wasn't capable of doing that with their situation. But in Dallas, it's perfect because
there's a reason why
George Pickens could not be the main event. George Pickens alongside of a CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens alongside of a Jamar Chase, George Pickens is in that T. Higgins level. Like,
how many games did the Cowboys win with him just as wide receiver one, though? Because they weren't winning many games until CD got back, right? Oh, okay.
Feels like it. Their defense was stunk to high hell too, though. So, when CD finally came back, it feels
Paul, I'm not saying that he ain't gonna take care of him and get paid. Let's see if the attitude is still a nice boy.
Well, you guys got a 3rd round pick out of it, so it's not your problem. Doesn't matter.
I mean, 2 weeks ago, I watched the guy go like this to the football on the sideline.
The question is, are you guys going to find wide receivers before he gets paid? Are you guys going to be able to put a wide receiver group together?
We'll see.
Because he's better than Roman Wilson. He's better than Calvin Austin. He's better than DK Metcalf right now.
Right now, yeah.
I
would be, put Dak Prescott in my offense, and I guarantee you DK Metcalf would look way better. Let's knock it off.
DK Metcalf has
let's
been a part of
Let's
a
knock
couple
it
offenses.
off. Aaron Rodgers is not the guy he was.
Yeah, but when your wide receiver is not getting separation from the corner, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Your wide receiver is not doing his job. Go look at DK Metcalf's numbers this year. It's trash.
He's not getting schemed up.
It's trash.
They're not scheming him the ball.
That's an OC thing. Then, like what Paul was saying, it's a bad offensive coordinator.
And at the same time, it's also Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback.
It's a 43-year-old quarterback. It's a bad offensive coordinator. It's a wide receiver that can't get separation.
We earned this, and I'm so glad.
Thank God they can run the football, because like anything else on that offense.
Oh, but 4th and 2, we're going to run the ball 4th and 2. The better running backs on the sideline. Explain that shit to me.
It's your OC, right? Is that Tomlin or is that your
I'm
OC?
over it.
Are you going to blame Tomlin for that? Are you going to pull?
I already said it. I already said fire him. I said fire him last year.
Well, remember, as long as you lose competitively, it's different than losing. It's a different category. You got to be competitive.
There is no such thing.
Yeah, that's done.
Somewhere along the line,
the Kafka era.
Somewhere along the line,
the Kafka era.
Giants ownership and Pittsburgh Steelers ownership forgot what it was like to be this ruler of contending for championships.
That's what happens when you live off of your logo. That's what happens when you don't do shit for a long time.
And that's what both owners are doing.
But we're the Steelers. Oh, but we're the Giants. We're blue bloods in this league. You know, we've been around forever. We can be bad for 10 years. We can not win a playoff game in 10 years. We're, you know, look at our logo, you know.
Two of the most prestigious franchises.
Maybe you guys are worried about selling jerseys just like Mara was in Hard Knocks. Maybe you guys are just worried about, you know, I don't know whose jersey's selling right now. Probably Watt would be the highest seller. Maybe Warren.
Oh, don't get me started on Watt. They should have never gave him that extension. And if he didn't want to play and he wanted to hold out, then you should have let him hold out, bro.
Myles Garrett is killing him this year as far as that.
Since 2023, Myles Garrett's been the better player.
He just doesn't get to be in the playoffs because his team sucks. But I'm pretty sure he would make an impact in the game if they could get there. They got a shot this year. Like, who's out here counting moral victories? Man, let me tell you something, bro. It's there's certain fans, bro, where it's like they aren't willing to admit that they're wrong about something. And they want to sit there and double down and triple down on the statements being made. And they want to scapegoat certain head coaches. And then the same things happen to their teams. And that person that they got rid of can no longer be blamed for the same exact issues and problems that are still prevalent within that organization. You can sit there and fire and hire whoever the hell you want. If your culture is polluted and there's no actual adults in the room to be able to dictate what's going on and be the voice of reason, it doesn't matter who you hire. It doesn't matter who you fire, because you'll spend the next 5 to 6 seasons hiring and firing coaches, getting rid of GMs, putting it all on the next GM to fix it through 1 to 2 drafts, just
going back and
continuously sucking, and then wanting to be mad at the entire world because your team can't seem to figure it out. And you once again want to go off of your resting on your laurels as far as all the things that the Giants used to do or all the things the Steelers used to do when you're having these discussions with other fans of bad teams. But at the end of the day, your bad team is no different than the other bad teams. You're all swimming in the same pea-infested waters, okay? It's green in there, and everybody's swimming in it. So it really doesn't matter.
We're swimming in the sea of mediocrity.
You guys can't even get a top 10 pick with the situation.
Because we're swimming in mediocrity.
You're right in the middle, so you don't get anything out of it.
We don't get to go to the piss green water. We're in the cloudy blue water. Before your water gets clear after you got to shock it when you open your pool from the previous year.
As bad as you guys have looked, you are still in contention to potentially win the North, so you gain nothing from this year.
You get nothing. And good day, sir.
And guess what? If you win the North,
you're picking in the 20s again.
You're picking in the 20s.
And you get to lose in the first round again.
You're hosting the best wild card team in the AFC.
Oh, the 5th seed.
Whoever the 5th seed is going to come in.
Who is the 5th seed right now?
And get ready. It might be the Bills, right?
Hold on.
No. It's got to be a West. I think it's a West team. If it's the Chargers, I'll give you a shot. If it's not the Chargers, I don't know. If it's Buffalo, you guys are cooked.
It's the Chargers.
Okay.
Coming into the cold weather.
So
that's
different.
A chance.
That's different. If it's the Chargers, you have a chance. Should that change, especially if the Chargers do lose a few more games, which I'm expecting them to lose this week if Herbert doesn't play. Even if he does play, I still think Eagles win on Monday night. But, like, they drop out of that 5th spot, and it's going to be overtaken by
the Colts.
Maybe a Colts. You don't want these guys in there.
Nah.
That's the team that you don't want.
I need the Bills to stay at the 7th seed so they can play the Broncos.
I feel like at this point in time, you guys are the ultimate confidence boost for a Bills team that needs to show they're better than a team.
The game I'm going to next week isn't even a guaranteed win anymore. The freaking Dolphins have been playing good football for the last month.
You guys can't lose to the Dolphins. You'll crash out like Pickens.
They're 5-7 right now. If they win this weekend, they're 6-7.
They're not.
They play the Jets. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they play the Jets. They should not lose that game.
So they're going to come into Pittsburgh like, yo.
And they could be 500
if we win. Yeah. We're 7-7, guys.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know. I don't know if you guys beat them.
I don't either.
I wouldn't be shocked if you guys beat Baltimore this week because that's the type of thing you guys do. But looking at that matchup,
But then looking at Tua's Tua's going to throw the ball like a couple times where it's like, what are you doing, bud? And pick. It could turn into pick sixes.
you guys can't stop the run. These two
like
teams.
If I'm there, well, at least you know. Like, here's the deal. At least you know, like Miami-wise, just shut A-Chain down. Tua's not going to beat you.
Tua can beat the Jets.
Yeah.
You know?
What if he goes out and lays an egg against the Jets, bro? That's going to be wild.
Not even 2 touchdowns.
The team's been better since they fired the GM.
A touchdown pass and a pick. That's the average 2.
Think about it. If like the right now, the Dolphins could probably be a 500 team had they just taken care of a couple of those early season 1-loss scores.
Yeah, but it was like Dallas. They stunk at that time. Everything was wrong.
You know, like they were inside Baltimore's 20-yard line like 5 times, came away with 12 points.
Miami found something to believe in, and their defense is playing a lot better. Like they look like a totally different defense on that side of the football. And, you know, A-Chain looks like top 5 back in the league. And they have manageable games like this week against the New York Jets, where I think A-Chain is going to run all over the Jets this week. Which is surprising, too, with no Hill. Yeah, because we've asked ourselves, how is Jalen Waddle going to fare in that position, you know? But he kind of we got a sample size of that with, you know, the Tyreek Hill crashing out and the injuries. So it's like Tyreek Hill was there. Like, he was there, but he wasn't there. So, like, before all that stuff happened, Jalen Waddle, you know, was the wide receiver 1. Malik Washington was another name that emerged. You know what I mean? Like, Tua's been able to get the ball to.
All right, so they lost last second to the Patriots, 33-27. They had the Bills on the ropes for a little bit at 31-21. They lost last second to the Panthers, 27-24. Last second to the Chargers, 29-27.
All that shit accumulates at the end of the year when we're trying to figure out the tiebreakers and everything. Like, that's why some of these teams are positioned where they are. I'm very impressed by the Panthers, man. I know it's only 7-6, but like the Panthers go out there and there's some weeks where they go out there and they're getting that defense gets interceptions. Like, those guys are ball hawks.
They've won 4 of their last 5 games, the Dolphins.
Miami?
Yes, sir. And they end the year with the Jets this weekend, Pittsburgh next week, the Bengals and the Buccaneers and the Patriots.
Yeah, that's where they lose it. That's where
they go back.
Yeah.
I mean, they started winning after Chris Greer got fired.
After you guys, it just gets it gets insurmountable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think they beat you. They have a shot to, though. The other ones, I'm not going to give them a shot because Tampa Bay is, you know, Baker Mayfield is getting all his weapons back. The window has opened for Mike Evans to return. We saw the return of Chris Godwin last week. Bucky Irvin's back. So all of a sudden, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, which is currently leading the NFC South because it's a bad division, are looking primed to be able to close it out and win a division title and host a playoff game. But those Carolina Panthers aren't too far behind. Well, what are the Bucks right now?
7-5.
7-5, and the Panthers are 7-6.
Yeah.
The Bucks are.
Panthers got their bye this week.
Oh, okay, yeah. Boom, that makes sense. I was about to say, hold on. Yeah, it's Panthers, 49ers, Patriots.
Yo, here's the Ravens schedule to end the year.
What's the 4th team?
What was it?
Panthers, 49ers, Patriots.
What, the young blood? The Bears?
No, the bye week.
I don't know.
Can't think of it right now.
Let me see what I can pull up. Hold on. It's week 14, right?
Yeah. I had a screenshot of it. Just look at who's missing in my lineups. Can't think of that 14. They must not be fantasy.
Panthers? Yeah, they're not. It's the Giants.
Okay, there we go. That's what it was. I couldn't think of the name, the Giants. Okay.
The Ravens schedule to end the year is Pittsburgh, Bengals, Patriots, Packers, Steelers.
That's brutal, bro.
That's all what's supposed to be physical teams.
That's a brutal schedule. And they're not playing much
Their
better
last
than you guys right now.
So they're home for us. They go to Cincy. They're home for the Patriots, and they're at Green Bay, and they're at Pittsburgh. And every one of these teams are going to be playing for something.
The Bengals.
The Steelers are playing because they're trying to keep pace in the North. Let's be real, even though they're a terrible team.
They're falling behind.
The Bengals are playing to stay alive, period. The Patriots are playing for the number 1 seed and their division because the win-losses are right there. Because say when the Patriots play the Bills, if the Bills are only 1 loss behind them and they beat them, like now you start to get a little switch. The Packers, they're playing for something too because they're playing for the NFC North.
Yeah,
and then you play the Steelers again, where the Steelers could be like, "Hey, maybe this is a winner. Get it. Whoever wins this game wins the North."
Or somebody's playing spoiler potentially.
Or Pittsburgh's playing spoiler for the Bengals to get the division.
That's what I was about to say. The window for the Bengals. The window. You know, we're going to bring up the August conversation we had when we were all yelling at each other. The fact that the Bengals are still alive and the Ravens have to deal with that. 8 wins might win the North.
Oh, somebody from Baltimore. This is Donnie Football. He's from 97.3 The Fan in Pittsburgh. He goes, it's just not a Pittsburgh thing, guys. At Rob Long Sports tells me people in Baltimore are starting to wonder if things have run their course between John Harbaugh and the Ravens.
Yeah, they're going through it in their own way. Let's not forget he was about to get fired before Lamar Jackson. They were definitely talking about it at the time.
Now that Devin Williams is officially no longer a Yankee, the Yankees have changed their facial hair policy back. Yankees players once again can no longer have facial hair.
Oh, shit. Yeah, bring up Cincinnati schedule again.
All right.
I got to see because, 8 and 9 might
win the North. Yeah. I already told you that.
Like let's say I don't.
All right. So here's the Bengals. They got the Bills this week in Buffalo, home for the Ravens, in Miami. Oh my gosh. This is a real possibility. Home for the Cardinals and home for the Browns.
Oh, their path is easier.
Yep.
It's all right.
It'll be real easy to get past the Bills.
Yeah.
Because they're already in Baltimore's head. Like, we already beat you.
Yeah, they already hung 30 on them.
Yeah. It was an ugly 30.
And by the time, like, how many games ahead of Cincinnati will Baltimore be by the time they face each other? Like that right there could potentially be the dagger for the Ravens getting swept by Cincinnati. Like Baltimore sweeps you guys, but then they get swept by Cincinnati, and you guys and the Ravens just keep losing. Unless when you play each other, what will make it hard, I guess, would be if the Steelers and the Ravens split, because I think that would make it a little bit more even across the board. Chris, what's up, brah?
Better late than never. You're right.
What's going on, Loud Clouds? It's a crazy race in sick picks right now, brah. It's going to come down to the wire. Final game of the fantasy season to determine who makes the cut for the top 8 in the sick picks tournament. Yeah, that path for Cincinnati is a lot easier.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm sorry, but with a win against us this week, the Browns would move to 4-9, and that would what? They're 3 games out of the division at 4-9.
Yeah,
that's gross. That is gross. I gotta pull up the slate on that note.
Harbaugh told reporters that Herbert, who underwent the surgery, blah blah blah, will not practice even if he will be on the field for a walkthrough. The Chargers not ready to say whether he'll play. Blah blah blah. And someone already posted that as a Chargers fan.
I feel like he sits Monday night. And honestly, if this is a make or break week for you, week 14, do you really want to wait until Monday for a quarterback that may not play? Or do you want to ensure that you have somebody starting on Sunday? I don't want to play that game. I'm not picking up Trey Lance to start him. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, damn, I should have picked up the Eagles defense in a couple more spots, because even though they've been a massive letdown the last couple of weeks, going up against this Chargers team on Monday Night Football could be exactly what that defense needs to get right.
Oh, shit. This is nice from the
Made it
33rd
just
team.
in time to miss. It wasn't too much Giants slander today. We're kind of chill. Just a little
Nah,
bit.
there's no slander, but I will say
I forgot
this.
that they were the team on the bye this week.
It's Titans. The Titans versus Giants rivalry has been renewed.
Yeah, because if you want to sit there and compare losses, whether they're competitive or bad, it doesn't matter. Both teams suck. You know, at the end
This
of the day,
week, the Jets, the Browns, the Vikings, the Falcons, and the Commanders can all be eliminated from playoff contention.
Jets, Browns, Vikings, Commanders,
Falcons and Commanders can all be eliminated.
And that's another thing. Like, dude, does Jaden Daniels come back? Like, are you going to bring him back? Does he need the reps?
He does.
Or,
I hate to say that, but he does.
And
I know how you guys feel about it, but
that boy can't stay healthy.
Is that going to be the story of his career?
Mariota looked good against a good defense this past week, man. They went to OT with Denver, a full-power Denver, and, you know, he looked good. But that could end up being the story. Like, that could potentially end up being the story of Jaden Daniels. You know, you guys, that's something that you guys were on. That I thought the Commanders were going to be a better team than what they were. I thought Jaden was going to come out and ball, and you guys were like, this could potentially be the year where it's like the Commanders take that step back. Like, this shit ain't all sweet. Different schedule. Things happen. You guys called it. You know what I mean? Like, just like that, they are kind of looking like at this point in time the flash in the pan. Now, you had the Terry McLaurin situation, which was absolutely gross. You know, you want to talk about teams that struggle to run the ball. Like, they really have a murky running back situation right now out there.
Yep.
There's nothing really that you can trust. The defense is decent, but that's all matchup based, you know? And for the most part, we've been seeing a whole lot of Marcus Mariota, and anytime we see Jaden Daniels, he's getting hurt again. I mean, it's his non-throwing arm that got hurt. But they said that they're waiting to make a final evaluation on Friday after a full week of practice for Jaden Daniels to determine whether or not he's going to be the starter or we get another week of Marcus Mariota. And I have a feeling that we're going to get another week of Marcus Mariota.
Very possible.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. You're going to rush an injury-prone player back. You already know what's going to happen. And then what? You're out of contention. Your franchise quarterback is out. And God forbid we're talking about a situation where he could potentially be missing time that trickles into next year. Because now you're not going to be competitive next year. And there might not be a Marcus Mariota there next year with you to be able to bail you out this time around.
You're right.
You know, it's a luxury to have a veteran quarterback that can actually run an offense these days. Has he been cleared? No, he has not been cleared for contact yet. I believe it. He's practicing, but I don't think he is cleared for contact. And T. Higgins has technically not cleared concussion protocol either. So there's a chance that T. Higgins does not play this week.
That is true.
Marvin Harrison and Trey Benson both did not practice. So maybe Michael Wilson goes out there and goes crazy again. We know about Justin Herbert didn't practice, and they just opened the window for Mike Evans. So I think Kyler Murray is done in Arizona. Yes.
He's going to be Pittsburgh Steelers next year.
This was it. It felt like the end. It's like the way he says it feels like it's it felt like the end. What's up with St. Brown? I don't think he plays tomorrow. I don't think St. Brown plays tomorrow. All signs point to him not playing. I don't think Detroit risks putting him out there for tomorrow's game. They get a 10-day layover after this matchup, which they could use. And then I could definitely see them looking at this next stretch of, because I don't remember the names that you listed off for Detroit, but the next 4 games after this is like Detroit can't afford to lose any of these games, at all. You know? But they might not be able to afford to start an Amon-Ra St. Brown, who we saw, you know, was it the high ankle? Was the high ankle?
Yeah, they said 1 to 2 weeks.
I mean, they, you know,
something's getting dropped in there on my Facebook page for you guys.
Go figure. I have him in sick picks.
You doubled down. Oh wait, no, Chris doubled. He had a bad year when it came to Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Kingpins.
Well, he's still Chris, I think, is a 7 seed though. I think pretty sure he's going to make the cut in the playoffs. It just, I mean, I think anybody who drafted Justin Jefferson, like, it's a bad deal this year. He got robbed because everybody was, thinking that JJ McCarthy was going to be something, and he ain't, Do you think that they trade Justin Jefferson? Do you think he forces the issue? He's clearly not happy.
Rumors are coming out that he wants to talk to them after the year and find out what's the situation with the quarterback position.
What are they going to tell him?
We
don't know.
I have no idea.
Know what the situation is. Good question, Justin.
At the end of the day, I don't blame him. Like, he's only getting older.
How don't you have it figured out? What are they going to do? Put stock in the college where all these kids might go back to school next year? What are you going to do? Promise him what can you give him? Sheesh. Who can you go get?
Let me see something.
Who's in the market at veteran quarterback that you can go get? You ain't getting Mac Jones.
This is what I want to see.
With Mac Jones, I think Jefferson would.
All right, so he signed the 4-year, $140 million contract extension in June of 2024, which included $110 million guaranteed and made him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. That was before the other guys' contracts. Let's see. Oh, the little Google thing didn't give me everything. I want to see what would happen if they traded him.
We've gotten to the point where it's like
his cap hit next year is $38.9 million. So would they be able to trade him?
That would clear the path for your beloved Addison. You get all the targets from whoever.
Addison,
we don't know who's throwing
Addison's
him.
a free agent, bro.
We don't know who's throwing.
Addison's.
Oh, you don't think he stays?
Oh, hell no.
Maybe you guys should go after him.
I would. Why not?
So
he's a legit number 2.
Yeah, he's a body.
He is a legit number 2. Like,
that's his role. And he can stretch the field. He can get down the field.
So cap space. Here's the thing I want to see.
And that team ain't doing him any favors either.
So, Minnesota. Minnesota has cap space. Just want to see if they were like the trade them. It won't give me all that, like over the cap does. I don't know, bro. Does he demand a trade?
I think we're getting to that point. That's why I brought it up. We might as well talk about it. They've got the Commanders this week. Whoever the quarterback is for the Washington Commanders, I feel like they are the better team than the Vikings at this point.
I agree.
Because whether it's McCarthy or that Brosner guy, the situation in Minnesota stinks right now. And of course, at least even if it's just for 1 week, the Commanders are trying to avoid elimination. I think they're the better football team. They went out there, they competed with a top team in the AFC in Denver, and I think
if they traded him after June 1st, he would count for $13 million of dead money this season, and they will only save $1 million. And if they cut him post, they wouldn't save shit. They'd be in the hole.
We'll see what comes out of that.
They got a lot of. They're under the cap, so it's not even about being under the cap. It's about, like you said, like, what's the situation? Like, you just gonna let me wither and die?
Yeah. What are we doing about this? Who's gonna be the starting quarterback for this team? Like, what are we doing at the quarterback position this year? And he has every right to go in there and demand answers from the organization.
He does.
Because that is a franchise player. Not a lot of teams, not every team has a franchise player like that. He is the franchise player, formerly known as wide receiver 1. That guy that played Sunday for the Vikings better not touch a football field again after channeling his inner Will Levis. Yeah, that turnover that he threw was really bad.
Oh, my God. I know who the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback is next year. Will Levis.
Levis to the Steelers? You think so? Ugh.
A 5th-round pick will get the deal done.
You like that? Well,
Oh,
Good luck to you. He's got a Mayo sponsorship, so that could help bring some revenue to the Berg.
there it is, boys.
You know,
There it is, boys.
Time to get the Mayo out. Is that a worse option than Kyler Murray?
I don't know. I think they're the same.
I don't know what happened to Kyler, bro. I really don't know. His regression needs to be studied.
Yeah.
Because that's just absolutely insane. We know he ain't going to be in Arizona. The Jets, Kyler Murray to the Jets. I think that's a little more realistic than Kyler Murray to the Steelers.
That could happen.
That fits what they would do in the offseason. The Jets would go after a Kyler Murray, and they'd hype that shit up too. I can see the press conference in my mind right now with him holding up the green jersey. Kyler Murray to the New York Football Jets. You want to talk about gross? It's about to get disgusting up in here. You're going to see Garrett Wilson crashing out next. He's going to return next week, right?
Who?
Garrett Wilson? Which, I mean, what would you be coming back for? Reps?
I wouldn't be coming back. Screw you.
Like, what are you coming back to? What are you coming back for?
I just uploaded that photo.
Like, what?
A new masterpiece has hit the On the Money Sports fan forum.
Hit the forum, guys. What are the Jets playing for as of right now? For Glenn?
Nah, they're playing.
Are these the motivation, the moral victories Noli was talking about? Because he's happy as hell.
The Jets are going to F around and get themselves out of position to draft a quarterback. I can see them winning games and pushing themselves back.
Imagine they win this week.
If they beat Miami, that's what, their fourth win of the year? That's going to put them in the back half of the draft.
As soon as you get to 5, get your ass to the back of the leg. You're 5 wins, you ain't getting that top pick. Look at the teams that look at 1 win for us, 2 wins for the Giants, 3 wins for the Browns,
2 wins for the Saints, right? Or is it 3?
2 wins for the Raiders, 2 wins for the Saints, maybe 3, but it feels like 2. I know. Raiders are picking 4th, and definitely quarterback. Like, what a mess that is. At this point in time, they got rid of. Apparently, did you hear about Chip Kelly was just making shit up, like the plays that he was calling?
No,
like he was just making up random shit for these guys to do. Like as far as the offense, like he would make a play and then flip it and make them do the reverse of that play. So, like as an offensive line, you're guarding this way, you're guarding that way. Like, so they're moving this way. Gino's moving that way. Poor Genti can't catch a break no matter where he goes. Like, it was like almost a form of
for the NFL.
It was almost a form of like a self-sabotage type of play calling that he had going on, to where when you watch Raiders games and you look at how they're playing, it's like, what are they doing? Like,
they looked a little better before they started getting blown out.
Ugh.
Gino just doesn't look right, man. He is not like the Seattle Seahawks Gino.
He's not standing in the pocket anymore and still delivering. He can't.
Vegas is a bad team, and they got a lot of work.
Another example of a Davis who is not like his father.
It makes you wonder, like, why did you draft Genti? You needed offensive lineman help.
Remember when they drafted Michael Mayer and then followed that up with drafting Brock Bowers?
Yeah, that was stupid too. Why are you drafting Bowers in the first round? You need offensive line help.
They're the wide receiver 1 and 2 on that team.
They've completely ignored their offensive line. They've completely ignored their defensive line.
Russ will be back in the market next season. He could stay in New York and go wear green. Or he could be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know.
At least he's going to throw the deep ball to. He'll throw the deep ball to Jefferson.
The moon ball. Yeah, that's one thing that he is capable of doing. Because I don't know what J.J. McCarthy's skill set is, but it's not winning football. Oh my God! That every time they lose, that gets better and better. What are you? You are a dweeb. What are you doing? What have you done since that? Just
nothing.
Lose.
He's lost. Yeah.
Losing.
Since that came out, he's
getting wrecked. Getting wrecked.
Well, he's coming back this week, ain't he?
Remember when we thought Jordan Mason was going to be a league winner?
Well, that's a lot to do with Wolf 9.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's his other like his other person.
Yeah. His alter ego.
Which is crazy because Michigan this past weekend only scored 9 points against Ohio State. So they must have been paying tribute to 9.
They just can't beat Ohio State, boy.
It wasn't even close. I thought it would be closer, but it was not even close. Yeah, there's some shitty situations out here, man. And here we are again. We're at that point in the season where we're already talking about the draft. Because it is, we are all depending on it for different reasons. Clinging on to the hope that this is the draft where our team shows us something different. Something is actually going to change. We are taking the next step. I'm at a point where I'm ready to fire our interim head coach, which I don't know if anybody's done that. But at this point in time, it is clear that this team does not want to play for this guy.
Poor Mike McCoy.
Get him out of there. What are you clapping about? What are you telling these guys?
I mean, Cam Ward already threw him under the bus.
And this week, we get Shedeur Sanders versus Cam Ward. And imagine the shitstorm when the Browns go out there and win the game. Not just that, but it's more about who looks better, I think. It's a showcase of the two young, you know what I mean? Is Shedeur going to look better than Cam? How can Cam Ward look good?
Shedeur looked okay at times Sunday, but then he looked downright pitiful at times.
I mean, it was not a
there were some throws that he missed that, like, dude, you missed that?
I think. And that's the toilet bowl this week, because that impacts everything as far as
another one.
I think that might have been the one that I cooked last week.
I know there's one I got rid of the other day. I got rid of 3.
That dramatically impacts the draft. We win that game, the Giants take over the number 1 spot.
Yeah. So it's like, do you want
we lose that game? The Browns now have 4 wins and remove themselves from the top 5.
Well, guess what?
And somebody else jumps in.
Let me explain something to you. There's a reason why the Browns aren't going to be picking a quarterback. It ain't because of Shedeur Sanders.
You know how crazy that is? That they're currently a top 5 pick that is still in the playoff picture?
Where is he at?
They're a top 5 pick that could still win their division at this very moment.
Yeah, they're not technically eliminated.
They're not. They could be eliminated this week, but what's that going to cost us? The 101.
I'm going to explain to you why they're not going to. Because there's a certain quarterback that has a cap hit for next year of $80 million. The largest cap hit in the NFL history.
Oh, and he's back at practice.
And if they cut him, it's $131 million in dead money, so that's not going to happen. And they wouldn't save a damn thing.
And they're potentially going to fire their head coach.
If they cut him as opposed June 1st, they still got $80 million in dead money. And they don't save any cap space. Now, could they try to trade him? Guess what? They'll still have $85 million in dead money. Now, if they try to trade him after June 1st, they'd have $34 million in dead money, but $46 million in cap savings.
That's why the league stepped in after that, because they could never allow that to happen again.
Yeah, they started messing with everybody.
That was the worst
contract ever handed out.
Ever.
And they thought they got a superstar.
And what have they gotten out of him? He hasn't even. When's the last time he played football? Did he play last year?
The stick-up kids have to play you this week in order to stay in the playoff hunt.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. I got to do what I got to do. Oof. I got 2 weeks. I got I haven't clinched my spot yet, technically. So, it's going to come down to this. We knew it would happen. We talked about it during the beginning of the year. I got a lot to play for. I don't have Drake May this week. So I'll be running it. I'll be running it with Joe Burrow, Tua Tags, and I am starting Cam Ward in the super flex spot. Oof. So it's not going to be pretty. There is an opportunity for Mikey within these parameters to be able to get the victory. And I'm also without George Kittle in that league. So I went and I put in a waiver claim for none other than Harold Fannin, who, when it comes to tight end production, has been consistent this year. 11 points, 12 points. Sometimes, hey, it ain't going to be flashy, but if you can give me that on a week in, week out basis, Fannin is a top 10 tight end start going into this week, a week that we don't have the likes of a Hunter Henry or a George
I gotta
Kittle
win it. I'm winning. I'm in for Kingpins.
You win and you're in.
Yep, and it's a bad week for Bobby because Bobby don't have Hunter Henry or Stephon Diggs this week.
It's the same exact scenario for both of you because one is the 8 seed, one is the 9 seed. So he locks up the playoff picture with a win, or he falls down and you get right into that spot on the final week of the season. Crazy. Absolutely insane.
And it looks like we might be getting O'Marion Hampton back this week.
Yeah. What is he coming back to? A Trey Lance-led offense?
I don't give a shit. Catch as many passes as you can out of the backfield, buddy.
I mean, the Eagles gave up a lot of yards the last 2 games. However, what's this going to look like if Trey Lance, who I think it's a good chance that he's a starter. Like, I'm ready to fire up Tyrod Taylor. I got him sitting there. I think I don't want to wait till Monday night because I don't have anybody else. I
respect that. That's ballsy, but I respect that.
I'm not waiting until, because if on Monday night, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, Herbert's a scratch. Now I am 0 QB strategy. Not doing that. I don't care if I'm the 1 seed right now. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to kick Matt's ass this week. Like, I all hands on deck. So if Tyrod has to make the hot tag, that's what Joe Flacco was there for. Originally, that's what Kyler Murray was there for, but he's on IR.
Who's that, DOA or?
This is in Kingpins. Kingpins, Justin Herbert's my guy. But
Terrell secured the number 1 pick in the draft, and he doesn't even own it.
Yeah. You're welcome, Alexi. I, took care of Terrell this week, and I made sure that the pick that you have is currently the most powerful pick on the board in the Dynasty League. Use it wisely.
And if you beat Matt, that secures his picking number 2 overall.
Potentially, depending on what.
Or does Alexi own that pick too?
No, I don't think he has.
I own Matt's second round pick, so that means it will be pick 2 overall, round 2.
Who the hell is Matt's first?
You?
No, I don't have.
At one point, I thought you had some of his stuff.
I did. I did a lot of wheeling and dealing though. Who the hell has Matt's pick?
I'm gonna go to Alexi real quick.
It ain't Alex. I just don't know who it actually is. Whoever it is.
Damn, Alex has
potentially inherit the 102 though.
Alex has Terrell's first round pick. He has your first round pick. He also has Terrell's second round pick. So Alex is going to be picking in the first spot in the first 2 rounds of the draft. He has my second round pick, which is probably going to be 4th or 5th, but I'm going to have Matt's, which is second. So I'm okay with switching off with that. That was part of the Bijan for Drake May, and I turned those picks into Quinshon Judkins.
And now Alexi and Mikey play each other for a top 4 spot in the seeding this week. So he's got the 101, and he could potentially get a top 4 seed going into the postseason week 15.
He has Mikey's. Oh, he owns his own first round pick, bro.
Oh, okay. He got it back. He got it back then.
He owns.
He got it back. He knows what he's doing.
He owns Mikey's first round pick. He has his first round pick. He has Nick's first round pick. He has my 3rd round pick. He has Terrell's 4th round pick. Is Terrell picking in this draft this year?
If he buys his own picks back, he will. I don't know what he's doing. But he made the investment in Ashton Genty, and he invested more in Genty than the Raiders did. So Raiders can't give him shit.
RJ just has his picks. That's just normal.
He's got 3 firsts for 2027.
Nick has.
He has 4 first round picks.
Nick has no draft picks at all for the next 3 years.
We knew that already. Matthew traded it all for first round picks. He's got Terrell's 2027, his own, mine, and Chris's. So he's got 7 first round picks in the next 2 seasons.
Chris has nothing in this year but the 2nd and 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Where's Terrell? That's what I want to do. Go to Terrell. Can't tank, won't tank. Well, you're tanking.
It's not even that he's tanking. He's just getting beat.
So you're right. He does have Chris's first round pick. He has Mikey's second. He has Alex's second. He has Dooley's second. He has Mikey. He has Alexi's third and his own third. So he's still got picks.
Wow, that's crazy. After this week, dude, we will be previewing fantasy playoff matchups. Like we'll know who's playing who.
Dooley only has a first, 2/3, and a fourth. And you have You have Nick's second, Mikey's third, Chris's third, Nick's third, Matt's fourth, and Nick's fourth. You have like all of Nick's picks.
Yep. I got his first in 2027. I've got his first in 2028, along with my own 2028 first.
The commissioner of this league only has a 3rd round pick and a 4th round pick this year.
Yeah. He's got a competitive team though. More competitive than I thought it was going to be.
And next year he only has a 1st and a 2nd.
He'll get some more picks at some point.
Well,
it should be an active year 3 for
the Puka deals will push them over to the top, because before that we were just clowning them.
Yeah, he got Puka, and it really took his team to the next level.
That's what helped him. Before that, he had nothing. Nothing.
Him and Alexi is a big matchup this week. You and Bobby is a big matchup this week. Nick versus RJ, 2 teams that are in the hunt, in the mix, that are potentially going to make the playoffs. Like, the seeding is all going to shift this week, man, across the board in all these leagues. Not every spot is clinched. And for the
I'm looking at that right now. Like, yo, it doesn't show anybody clinching.
It showed it in sick picks for some reason, but it's not showing it in these other, which doesn't make sense because anybody who has 8 wins, 9 wins should potentially have clinched. You know what I mean? Like,
because Elite 8, it shows I clinched.
Yeah. But all of us have like similar records there. Like, I'm only 1 game above everybody else. 7-6. Matt's 7-6. Mikey's 6-7. So
and nobody's clinched. It doesn't show anybody clinching. So you got in DOA Alex versus Bill's Mafia, Miguel. Pretty much whoever wins is going to own first place.
That's a bye, yeah.
I figured out that even if I lose and everybody else behind me wins, I'm still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know why? All of the points I scored.
Well, it's pretty much locked up unless Matt beats
because I've scored 2,000. So guess what? I got clowned earlier of being scoring the most points, having a losing record. It's now coming back to help me because it's going to push me into the playoffs.
That's what saved your ass.
Yep. 2,688 points.
But the playoff picture changes should Mikey lose to Matt. If Mikey beats Matt, the top 6 is locked in.
Yeah.
Like
I'll be no lower than a 4th seed.
I think I actually have a chance to overtake Mikey and Noli because I beat Noli this past week. I'm 1 game behind for the 1 spot. So if they both were to lose and I was to win, I jump ahead of both those guys and I get myself out of nowhere the bye week. And I avoid the train wreck of what week 15
Mikey's got you by 22 points.
Yeah. So I would just have to
Noli right now has got you by like 170 points. Alex has to beat Bill's Mafia. He really does.
It's big way to end the
because he could lose
season.
And Bill's Mafia, they'll both have the same record, but Bill's Mafia is going to get in because they have more points than Alex.
Yeah.
He's beating Alex by like 21 points.
It's you, me, Mikey, Noli, Bill's Mafia, Alexi right now in the top 6. And then Matt's right there.
Yeah.
And Matt needs a win and some help to be able to get in. I can't see a scenario where he wins that game and doesn't get into the playoffs. So that in itself is because like I'm 6th seed, Mikey's 5th seed. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be very, very interesting.
I'm excited.
And we're in for a photo finish here across the board with all these leagues. And then we get a bonus week of Elite 8.
Yep.
You know, so while we're stressing about our fantasy playoffs going down, we still have that 1 more week of just being able to try different things regular season wise with starts and sits and just kind of see and get a feel for what lies ahead for week 16. Today, I spent a good amount of time. Yeah, I did my waivers for this week, but I also did my waivers for week 15. Like if I know that I made the playoffs in a certain league, I'm already looking at who I want my other defense to be. Like I'm stashing players a week ahead because I'm not gonna wait until week 15 to be proactive about week 15. Like
I agree.
I'm gonna try to do it now. I'm gonna try to beat the waiver wire and set myself up. And even in the spots that I clinched, try to get these wins so that it could help and help my seeding. You know, get myself into a good position for a nice favorable matchup. You have a big matchup with Bobby in True Legends. 10-3 versus 10-3.
Winner gets the first round. Winner gets the first seed.
Yeah. Winner gets the weakest opponent.
Yeah.
Winner gets whoever makes it.
It's gonna come down to either Nick or Gabe, right?
I think I play Gabe. I feel like Nick is just gonna make it by default at this point.
Well, if Nick loses, he's 5-9. Then Cito will be 5-9 if he wins. And Gabe, it's gonna be interesting how the tiebreakers are done.
Nick can lose and still make it if the other two guys lose because they only got 4.
That is true.
Like he sits in the 8 spot right now, and should the other two if one of the other two guys wins, that could complicate things when we're going by what the actual tiebreaker is.
Home field advantage, regular season matchups, playoff teams 8 weeks per playoff seeding tiebreaker, head-to-head record.
Ooh,
that's different.
So you're gonna have to go back and look at the schedules. To see,
you gotta see
who actually.
So I'll do that right now. I love looking at that shit.
Who actually beat who?
Ugh. Here we go.
I got my spot last week when I beat Magic.
All right, so Nick beat Cito once and lost to him once. He beat Gabe once and he lost to Gabe once. That's weird.
Damn. Yeah.
So what's the next?
Be prepared for a controversy.
Yeah. So then what is it? Does it go by points afterwards?
Right. Well, it'll be the second tiebreaker.
Because if it goes by, because right now
every other spot is clinched right now.
The points would go to Gabe.
Mm-hmm. And that's who I play this week. So I'd be doing the favors.
Yeah. This is gonna be crazy this weekend.
He knows I'm playing to win because I'm trying to better my situation. I'm favored to win by like 50.
Then in the on the money sports, you got 3 playoff spots left, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams mathematically still in it.
Yeah, I just beat Jake this past week.
The 6 and 7 Rotten Giants, the 6 and 7 wide receivers are us, the 6 and 7 Devontae offense, the 5 and 8 see you next season.
Grok's playing 6 and 7.
Grok playing 6 and 7.
So those are the ones right there. It's the 6 and 7s. One of those is not going to make it. It's going to be Alexi, Bobby, Danny, Grok.
Let me go.
Like Jake is going to get eliminated by default.
Head-to-head record in the On the Money Sports League.
You and Mikey both clinched the buys. And Gabe is the only other one that clinched. So, yeah, literally it's going to be who plays.
That's why Jake has the lowest chance of making it.
Ooh.
Because he lost to everybody earlier in the year.
Danny has to play Mikey, but Grok and Bobby play head-to-head. That's a playoff game.
One of them's going to eliminate each other.
Yeah, that's the playoff game in itself. And then it depends on what happens when Gabe
and same here.
Alexi
Gabe
play.
Could eliminate Alexi
Potentially, which could save one of the other two.
Yup. Does Mikey beat Danny, or does Danny upset him?
Yeah. I can't wait.
Because right now it's giving the edge to 216 for Mikey and 198 for Danny. It's Bo Nix versus Joe Burrow. Jordan Love versus Brissett. Cook versus Bijan. Javonte versus Derek.
Mikey is having the best season ever he's ever had in On the Money Sports, and he needs to finish his story this year. Because you do not want to be, was he 12-1 right now, and do all this and just get beat the first week that you play because nobody's good. That's not how you get your name on the belt. You know?
Could you imagine?
He has to finish his story.
Finishes the season 13-1, and Grok's plan just comes back and
beats them. One of the we gotta see what these wild card matches look like. And next week, wait, are we going live next week? You're gonna be in town?
I will not be in town.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll still do a fantasy playoff preview, regardless, and break down all the matchups in all the leagues. Try to see if I can at least get you onto the live.
I might be getting back late. So yeah,
it's all good. We'll figure it out. But it's a big week, regardless. So we're gonna be doing a fantasy preview for all the matchups once this week is through. Like you said, only Elite 8 is the only league that will still be going regular season fantasy. Everything else is playoffs from this.
So people got this week and the next week to make things happen.
We're gonna be in-depth breakdown of the Week 15 slate and all the matchups that will dramatically impact. He's right there. Everybody's right there. The worst record is 5-8.
What's saving him is if he can tie with them, his points. He scored a lot of points.
He's projected to win. Me and Matt are at 7-6, and then there's the 6 and 7 spot in the 4 seed.
So if you beat Matt, he goes.
I played Mikey.
Oh, you played Mikey. What's Mikey? Matt 7-6 or 6 and 7?
Mikey is 6 and 7.
So if you beat Mikey, Mikey goes to 6 and 8. Aiden wins, he goes to 6 and 8.
And it still comes down to week 15.
Next week. Yeah. Yo, so you know what?
It comes down to week 15.
Because it doesn't matter what I do. I clinch. There's nothing that can change. Except I can destroy people's careers.
Oh, Matt plays Aiden.
And Aiden's projected to win right now.
Yeah.
But Matt plays Aiden's both quarterbacks are freaking questionable.
But if Matt were to lose, Matt is 7 and 7, still holding on to a spot for one more week.
Yeah.
Matt still holds on to a spot because of the fact that nobody else besides me has 7 wins. You're projected to beat Danny, who's currently Danny is the 4 seed.
Yeah.
And Mikey's right behind him.
That 4 seed's changed a lot in the last couple weeks.
It's a carousel, dog.
So then next week's final week, week 15, it's me versus Mikey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the gauntlet. What a way to end the season.
You versus Serge. You could end Serge's season.
Unless it ends.
Oh, wait, no, it's not me versus Mike. It's me versus Matt. It's Mikey versus Chris. Those two, and it's Aiden versus Danny. Oh, this shit's going to get interesting.
I cannot wait. It's that time of year, man. It came fast, and now here we are. It's the culmination of all the hard work.
So I got 500 more points than the next person.
Summertime hot takes.
I'm pretty sure after this week, I should be able to clinch the most points for my $100.
Yeah.
And look at you.
What?
As abysmal as your on the money sports season's been, you have the absolute.
I lose them both.
You got a chance to win $150 for the G Money Fantasy Player of the Year award and just Jonathan Taylor.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm in the running. I forgot I was in the running.
You're the first place right now.
Here, as you can see, I have everything written down for each league, and then this is what I have written down for On the Money Sports. I have
a blank sheet.
All my lineups are set right now for week 14.
So you figure, yeah. And you drafted Jonathan Taylor, what, in the 5th or 6th round?
So I'd still make my money back. Late. I can't get my title back.
Now you'll win your money plus.
I'd still get my money back.
You win your 75 plus 75.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure it's 150.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
You can hang your hat on that.
I hang my hat on something, bro. I got a feel-good moment. I think that since you're not going to be here week 15, you're going to the Berg, so you'll be live from the Berg out there. I think what I'm going to do the honorable thing. I'm going to bring the On the Money Sports Championship this Sunday. I'm going to bring it back. It's
that belt does not come into this house and left in this house until the championship when we present it to the next person.
Okay,
don't do that. You're trying to jinx me. We're not doing that.
I'm still the champ.
You know what you should do? If you do bring it this week, bring it just to show us.
This is what it's all about.
And then do me a favor and just put it on Mikey's shoulder.
No, I don't want to. I feel bad. I don't want to jinx him. I don't want to jinx him during it because if this is his best season ever, he'll never let me live that down.
It was your fault.
If he chokes, it's going to be on him choking. I don't want him to pin that shit on me at all.
Oh,
But I may have to come into the lounge with my other belt strapped around my shoulder because
you
that's what
are
I
going
will
back
be
to the
defending.
playoffs most likely in that league.
That's what I will be fighting for, my precious, to be able to stand tall and try to defend it back-to-back years. The big gold belt, the newest belt of the fantasy leagues. Still sitting there pretty on the man cave. I look at it every day. I'm like, man, it's just me and you now. Just me and you. And of course, trying to put my name on the True Legends trophy for the first time. Trying to put my name on the East Coast Champs trophy for the first time. Get the cash prize, the glory, to hold up the Sick Picks trophy should I survive some way, somehow.
The greatest ending for me this year will be to sit there with that trophy from True Legends, the Jordan name, and just staring at it.
I mean, it's the way with Mikey right now and on the money. It's kind of the same with you right now in True Legends. Like, if you gotta make the most of your opportunities.
I just need JSN not to put up another 4 points.
Do not take this year for granted, because next year you could start off 0-9 like I did. Don't take this year for granted. So whatever your record, hey, if you're 7-6, it hasn't been pretty, but you're still fighting. You're still in it. 6-7, don't stop. Keep fighting. You never know.
Hey, man, I started again
this
year.
What?
This year I started again.
Week
1-3 in on the money sports, and I'm back to being 9-4. If I can win, I'll be 10-4 this weekend. And
week 15, everyone's 0-0. It's just about getting there. You know,
you're 100% right.
It's just about getting there. So
good luck to everybody this weekend in their fantasy matchups. If you're clinging on,
keep holding on. Fantasy football preview coming your way next week. Get excited. I'll be previewing all the matchups in our leagues. If you are a part of our leagues, tune in so that we can talk about it, because it is the big time.
It's going to be a doozy.
Yep.
Until then, I'm on money. That's